I know people out there, I keep reading in the newspapers, listening to stories and people talking. Sijui political pact, sijui this. I want you to understand that there is a much deeper understanding between myself and the Honorable Raila Odinga. A much, much deeper understanding. An understanding that is driven by a desire to ensure that we leave this country much stronger, more united, more focused than it has ever been. And that requires teamwork. That requires people coming together. And I would appeal to all politicians. There is and there will never be an end to politics. There will be politics. Hiyo ni hali ya maisha. But please do not misinterpret politics with this deeper understanding. Politics will come and go. Kenya will remain. But what we are committed to is that politics will never again drive our country to bloodshed, destruction of property, and animosity amongst our people. We are desirous of working together. We may even compete in future. But we want to compete on the basis of what agenda do we have for the country, not because of which ethnic group we come from or what religion we are. I am a great believer in history. Some of my colleagues say that history has no relevance. I believe history has great relevance. A nation that doesn't have history is a nation that doesn't have a soul. And you need to have a soul in order to know where you are and where you're going. Because then otherwise you're no different than an animal who just wakes up, wants to eat, kuisha akikula ni kulala na kuendelea. But you must have a soul, because that soul is what makes you different from beast. And as we reflect, as we learn from the past, we then should rededicate ourselves to making life better in the future. And as my brother Raila here has said, as much as there's been a lot of misunderstanding, that is the basis on which we came together. And we said, these great men set out with a dream, with a vision for this country. Much has been attained, but there are still issues. We are not as united a people as we should be. There are still challenges that our nation is faced with, that we were still faced with in the early days of struggle and independence. We are still struggling with ensuring we have given our people proper education, proper health, alleviating poverty. And all these are our challenges. And no one single individual can manage these on their own. We need to come together. We need to have common purpose. We need to have unity. And unity does not thrive, again, as the bishop has told us today, in an environment of mistrust, in an environment of anger, in an environment of animosity, where we look at ourselves not because of whom we are and what we can do and the talent that God has given us, but we look at ourselves through the lenses of the negative. My tribe, my community, my clan. And we know that that has been a destructive force in this country. And we have agreed that we can't allow these negative elements to continue to drive our society. Because so long as we do, we shall never achieve our objective. We shall never achieve the dreams of our forefathers. We shall never achieve the vision that they had for this country. And a time comes when we must let go of the normal petty issues of the day and petty politicking, and come together on the more fundamental issues that make us who we are. Come together and foster unity amongst our people. We want to be able to join hands together and say corruption is a vice. It doesn't make a difference whether you are in government, whether you're out of government. We must come together and eliminate corruption so that our people can get the services that they are due as taxpayers of this republic.